for the Roses. They are in the gate. And they're off in the Kentucky Derby. Scrimshaw breaking on the far outside. Peace Rules. Brancusi is also right there. For the outside, Eye of the Tiger. Indian Express got caught in behind horses in the early going as they move by us for the first time. And it is Brancusi in front. Peace Rules now moves to second. Eye of the Tiger is third. Funny Side toward the inside is racing fourth. Scrimshaw 5 wide into the first in fifth. And Indian Express in a world of trouble, strangled in behind horses. Indian Express, a very tough time of it in the early stages here. Domestic Dispute is running seventh in between horses. Jerry Bailey has Empire Maker eighth and on the outside. Super Blitz is ninth. Awfully Wild is 10th. Then it's 10 Most Wanted, 3 Rod on the back of the pack. He's 11th on the outside. That's what I'm talking about, is now running in 12th. Buddy Gill way near the back of the pack. And then it's Out of Here. Lone Star Sky and 10 Cents a Shine trails the field. The half went in a grueling 46 and 1/5 seconds. Peace Rule and Brancusi head-to-head with 5 furlongs to go here. Funny Side is called on for run as they approach the half-mile pole. Eye of the Tiger fourth and toiling on the outside. Then it's Domestic Dispute who slips through in between horses. Scrimshaw in with the chance. He's only 5 lengths from the lead. Jerry Bailey is now launching his bid with Empire Maker. And there they go. They're moving on the outside. 6th a moment ago. And now they're 5th on the outside with 3 furlongs to go. They've run 3/4 in 1:10 and 1. They're approaching the top of the stretch. Funny Side to the neck of Peace Rules. Empire Maker charging hard. A sustained rally for him on the far outside as they turn for home. Eye of the Tiger. Brancusi is spent. Domestic Dispute is in between horses. Scrimshaw is toiling. Awfully Wild there on the outside. They're coming down to the final furlong. And the gutsy gelding Funny Side has a narrow lead. Bobby Frankel's Derby deal with Peace Rules to his inside. Empire Maker is giving it all. Funny Side trying to pull up the upset here. 12 to 1 coming down to the line. And the gutsy gelding Funny Side has won the 129th Kentucky Derby with jockey Jose Santos aboard. And it was dead tight for second between Frankel's horses, Peace Rules and Empire Maker. That's what I'm talking about. Put in a belated run to be third. They ran a mile there in 1:35 and 3. It was a blistering pace up front. And this most elusive of all horse races has once again eluded Bobby Frankel. A New York-bred gelding, the first New York-bred in history, has won the Kentucky Derby. The odds were 12 to 1. Jose Santos delighted. Jerry Bailey, he had a perfect shot at the top of the stretch, but he could not get by this fiercely determined winner. Tom Hammond, back to you.
All right, Tom Durkin. Funny Side turns the tables on Empire Maker. He was beaten only a half length by Empire Maker in the Wood Memorial. Everyone says it was only because Empire Maker wasn't being pushed by Jerry Bailey, trying to save something for the Derby. Well, Funny Side was challenged down the stretch today, and Empire Maker and the others could not catch him. The first gelding since 1929, and he's won the Kentucky Derby. Jose Santos with Donna Brothers.
Jose Santos, last time I interviewed you, you pulled the upset on Volponi in the Breeders' Cup. How's it feel to win your first Kentucky Derby?
Get with the program. New York bred.
New York bred?
Excellent horse. I cannot believe I win the Kentucky Derby with this horse. I say only in the year, last year, I told my agent we win the Breeders' Cup Classic. We need now to win the Kentucky Derby. We did it.
You have won the Kentucky Derby. Jose, this horse was second, beaten only half a length, though, to Empire Maker in the Wood Memorial. Did you feel pretty confident that he could last the 1.25 miles, maybe turn the tables?
I think the distance was only helping him, you know. Last time was a 1 and 8, and he was making a strong effort to catch the other horse. But I guess people don't believe in this horse, you know. He's a gelding, and he's a New York bred. And we coming with the Kentucky Derby trophy back to New York, back home.
How do you think he's going to feel about 1 mile and 3/16 in 3 weeks?
I think he have a great trainer, and he have a great program with him, and I think the distance, 3/16, gonna feel even better.
Congratulations, Jose. Tom, as you can see, a very jubilant and deservedly so, Jose Santos.
Yes, he is, Donna. In fact, Jose referred to it. He was aboard Volponi for the upset in the Breeders' Cup Classic. And now he upsets at 19 to 1 in the Kentucky Derby. Funny Side giving Barclay Tagg in his first Derby horse, the Roses. In fact, Tagg trained him in New York, didn't bring him here till Wednesday, and a disappointed Bobby Frankel. He saw both Peace Rules and Empire Maker in striking distance, and they could not get by Funny Side, the horse that Empire Maker had beaten in the Wood Memorial. Funny Side, Empire Maker second, Peace Rules third, second and third for Frankel, but little consolation as once again the Derby eludes him. Barclay Tagg, the third debut winning trainer in the last 18 years, and he decided that he was going to keep the horse in New York until the last minute virtually. Brought him on Wednesday to Churchill Downs. He said sometimes when horses train over a new track, it doesn't quite suit them. They're not quite used to it, and they get a little muscle sore. Well, whatever he did, it worked, because Funny Side today was challenged in the stretch by the two Frankel horses, and they could not get by him as Funny Side holds on for the win. A disappointed Jerry Bailey as well. He's with Bob Newmeyer.
Well, that's right, and the elusive Derby for Bobby Frankel goes by the boards. Jerry, tell us about your trip.
A little wide on the first, broke well and avoided any nasty stuff by the stands the first time. Got parked a little bit wide in the first turn, but I kind of anticipated that. I thought he was good enough to overcome that. Had a nice clean trip down the backside. And when I asked him, he went to him, but he didn't do it with authority like he did in the last couple of races. Struggled getting to Funny Side, and of course he didn't have enough to put him away.
As I take a look at the stretch drive, and Santos is slashing on Funny Side. You're on his flanks now. Did you think you had a shot at this point?
Well, actually, by here, I knew I didn't, because he had struggled too much around the turn, getting to the horse to put him away. But really, I thought in the far turn, I had to beat that horse. I beat him in the wood. I thought I could do it.
People are going to ask about the injury, Jerry, whether that was a factor. Could you tell underneath today, was it any different than it was at the Wood?
No, he went to his leads correctly. He didn't favor anything. I certainly couldn't tell anything.
All right, Jerry Bailey, disappointing finish aboard the big favorite Empire Maker. Let's go to Mike.
Thanks, Bob. With Pat Day, and Pat, 10 Most Wanted was one of the most hyped horses coming into this race. He ran a huge race in the Illinois Derby. What happened? Did he not like the track? Did he not get the trip?
You know, I really got no plausible excuse for what was certainly at this point in time a rather poor performance. We got squeezed just a little bit right away from the gate, but we settled in going into the first turn. Was just a couple lengths back behind Empire Maker up the backside, and I thought we was in a good spot. Going to half-mile pole or inside the half-mile pole, everybody started to pick it up. I asked him to go ahead and hold his position, and there was just no response. He just kind of galloped on from there to the wire. He galloped on out strong. He just didn't drop down and accelerate like I'd anticipated that he would, and I've got no excuse for that.
With 16 horses, did you see a lot of trouble out there? It looked like a fairly clean race. Maybe a couple of them had some problems.
It looked like somebody jammed up a little bit into the first turn, but I think it was pretty clean from thereafter. You know, from my vantage point, I was up on the outside, lost a little bit of ground, but still, I'm just not sure why my horse didn't get down and give me a little better effort.
All right, thank you, Pat. Disappointing day for the DeLassies and for Pat Day. A very hyped horse, 10 Most Wanted, just didn't fire today.
And another favorite goes down, Mike. And Funny Side turning the tables. He had finished third behind Peace Rules in the Louisiana Derby, second to Empire Maker in the Wood Memorial. But he wins the one that counts. Now 4 wins in 6 lifetime starts, $1,239,000 in earnings, and a lot of firsts for him. The first New York bred, the first gelding in the last 75 attempts, the last Clyde Van Dusen in 1929, and the first Kentucky Derby winner not to have worked or raced over the track since Bold Forbes in 1976. A lot of firsts today by Funny Side, a 3-year-old gelding by Distorted Humor, from Bell's Good Side by Sluicide, bet in New York by Windstar Farm, owned by Sakatoga Stable, and trained by Barclay Tagg. And there's Clyde Van Dusen, 1929, the last gelding to win the Kentucky Derby. Geldings had been 0 for 74 until today. Jose Santos in the irons, a jubilant Santos who guided this horse to victory in the Wood Memorial. Trainer Barclay Tagg switched Funny Side to a Houghton bit. It's a bit restrictive and makes the horse easier to control, but doesn't pinch his mouth, and Santos appreciated that extra control as he turns the tables on the 2 Frankel horses, Peace Rules and Empire Maker, who had beaten him in his last 2 starts. And the race is official. Here are the prices. Funny Side, $27.60, $12.40, and $8.20. Empire Maker was second. Peace Rules third. The Exacta worth $97. The Trifecta, $664. And the Superfecta, $2,795. Another big upset in the Kentucky Derby. We're back to Churchill Downs for the trophy presentation in just a moment. Welcome back to Churchill Downs, where the traditional garland of roses being placed across the withers of Derby winner Funny Side and jockey Jose Santos. Another shocking result in the Kentucky Derby, and our great aerial views today courtesy of the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company and its fleet of airships, reminding you to take all of life's journeys on the wings of Goodyear. Well, there's been a lot of talk all week about perhaps that first turn would be eventful, as there were several horses that preferred to go to the lead or close enough to it. And Indian Express was the one who suffered most of all. This is Indian Express, number 9. And he will be the one that will suffer most of all. Pinched right away coming out of the starting gate. Lone Star Sky, to his outside, came over a bit in front of him. And the trouble continues for Indian Express and young 20-year-old jockey Tyler Bays as they head down that stretch for the first time and into the first turn. Brancusi, with Tony Farina in the saddle, went out to set the early fractions, and Peace Rules was right on his outside. Peace Rules and Edgar Prado. Those two into that first turn with Brancusi on the inside and Peace Rules on the outside. Now, Funny Side is in behind them in third. Number 6, you see them. Jose Santos in the maroon and gray, number 6 along the rail, just biding his time here as Brancusi has a half-length lead on Peace Rules. Moving up on the outside of Funny Side is Eye of the Tiger, but Santos right here just going along, content to let those two pacemakers go in front of him and waiting with Funny Side. Many thought Funny Side would be one of the ones that would show the way early, but Santos found a stalking spot here right behind the two leaders. Now, Peace Rules goes by Brancusi here. That's Peace Rules who opens up a length on Brancusi. He's fading, and Funny Side goes right after him. Santos now begins to ride on Funny Side, and he's narrowing the gap here on Peace Rules. Meanwhile, 3 wide, here comes Empire Maker in the green and pink. They're approaching now the top of the stretch. They've got a little over a quarter mile to go. Peace Rules on the rail in front, but it's Funny Side that comes between horses, and 3 wide is Empire Maker. And now the battle is on. Peace Rules under the whip on the rail. And between horses, Funny Side sticks the nose in front. Empire Maker, Jerry Bailey working furiously left-handed, can't make up any ground. That's Funny Side. Left-hand whip from Santos. Switches to the right, hits him again, and here comes Funny Side, holding off the 2 Frankel horses to win the Kentucky Derby. And here's the complete order of finish. Funny Side wins it. Empire Maker and Peace Rules, the Frankel horses, second and third. That's what I'm talking about. Had a late close. He ran 4th. As you see the order of finish with Brancusi, the early pace setter, fading to finish 16th and last. Headed back to the stable area, the hero of the moment, Funny Side, to get a welcome bath and a few pats from his admirers. The 129th running of the Kentucky Derby, brought to you by Visa, proud sponsor of the Visa Triple Crown. By Computer Associates. Visit ca.com and find out the latest innovations in business software. By Buick, proud sponsor of today's broadcast of the Visa Triple Crown. And by Allstate. You're in good hands with Allstate.
It's been called the greatest 2 minutes in sports. Join ESPN for the traditional Run for the Roses. The first jewel in the fabled Triple Crown. From Churchill Downs, the 2003 Kentucky Derby.
Among those up here in the winner's circle, Funny Side's owner, Jackson Knowlton, Barclay Tagg, the trainer, and jockey Jose Santos will visit with Charles C. Canty in just a moment. Among the dignitaries here, Carl Pasquarello, president and CEO of Visa USA. $5 million out there if for the first time in a quarter century, a horse, and only one, Funny Side now has a chance, can be the Triple Crown winner.
Bob, I think you're right. It's been 25 years since affirmed. And we're ready to give the $5 million. We at Visa are just very, very proud to be a part of this wonderful day and a part of the Triple Crown. Thank you very much.
Tom Meeker is the president of Churchill Downs Incorporated, and he will introduce the governor of Kentucky to make the trophy presentation.
Well, first of all, it's a great day for Kentucky. It's an even better day for New York, I think, today. But it gives me great pleasure to introduce our governor, Governor Paul Patton, to present the trophy to the new winner of the Kentucky Derby.
It's my pleasure to present on behalf of Churchill Downs this trophy representing the most exciting 2 minutes in sports, the Kentucky Derby, on behalf of a great athlete that was well trained and well ridden. Congratulations. Welcome.
Thank you, Governor. This is just such a thrill for us. We're just the little guys in the game. We have a 3-horse stable, New York breds. And it's a great day for the New York bred program. We're just thrilled to represent not only the New York bred program, but New York racing. We were the only horse to come from New York this year, based in New York. Barclay Tagg has done just a spectacular job training this horse from day one. He picked the horse out, and we bought it privately in Ocala about a year ago. Jose Santos has ridden this horse in each of his 7 races. He's never run a bad race. And today, he saved the best for all, and we are just excited beyond belief.
Jackson Knowlton, thanks very much, and congratulations. Let's go to Charles C. Canty.
All right, we've got a winning two veterans here, Jose Santos, Barclay Tagg, both of them winning their very first Kentucky Derby. A beautiful ride by Jose Santos and a sensational training job by Barclay Tagg. A colt whose distance was questioned, a distance ability. Did you know he would be able to handle the 1.25 miles? You trained him that way, obviously.
I didn't question it. I didn't question it.
You said that you heard that that Empire Maker was not winning as easy in the Wood Memorial as everyone said, that he wasn't. He was all out to beat you.
Say that I heard a couple people say that I had a lot of respect for you. I'm not going to tell who they are, though.
And your assistant, Robin Smullen, your groom, Zachariah Quintana, the horse looked sensational. He ran a great job.
Zach do all the work on him. Robin and Zach do all the work, every bit of it, every bit of it.
Another from the Hall of Fame steeplechase training group. Now we have another great steeplechase trainer making a big splash in flat training. Jose, congratulations. Barclay, congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll go back to Tom.
All right, Charles C., what about that? 6 high school buddies are the owners, and they win the Kentucky Derby with the first New York bred to take the roses, Funny Side. Don't miss now the next leg of the Visa Triple Crown. The Preakness Stakes comes to NBC 2 weeks, Saturday, May 17th. Tom Hammond for all our crew at NBC. So long from Churchill Downs.
The anticipation.